it was a lift because in any case we deserve for sure to lose that game. So yeah, I'm moving to the next one. You have no time, so the moment you finish that game, a bit of time to watch 1 or 2 games in the Champions League, some good games, and then back to business.
I must ask you, Mikel, about Fabian Hertzler's comments this morning. He says that he contacted you about the comments he made post Brighton.
Yeah.
Could you share what was said between you, and are you appreciative that he reached out?
No, that's a personal conversation. Obviously, he's made public now certain comments that he made before, and that says, I think, a lot positive things about him as a person. So I appreciate that, and the rest, you know, I think it's a fantastic coach. The job that he's doing at Brighton is really, really good, and that's fine.
Somebody else who has been full of praise for you this afternoon is David Moyes.
Mm-hmm.
You've spoken glowingly about your relationship with him in the past. Have you spoken to him much this season, and can you give us an insight into how he helps you?
No, I've spoken a few times, especially we spent more time after we played each other in December. But yeah, not only him as well, but big part of his staff and the people that are involved at the club. Obviously, I have huge memories and a massive gratitude for, because he changed my career basically after my decision to go back to Spain. And then he brought me to Everton. He really changed my career and me as a player as well, and a lot of incredible things that we shared together.
Mikel, if you can you just take us inside the dressing room? I know you can only tell us so much, but Sir Alex Ferguson often spoke about siege mentality. And with all the noise that is around Arsenal at the moment, is that something that you've adopted, and how powerful can that approach be with the unity of your players?
You just have to go in that dressing room and feel the mood, the energy, and the way we talk to each other, and how much we value the position that we have right now, and how much we want to, for sure, be in the same position at the end of the season. And that depends on us. So the focus is on what we have to do, what we have to maintain, and what we have to improve together.
Final couple from me, Mikel. I know you're reluctant maybe to talk about the Q word. You mentioned that the other day about the quadruple.
Okay.
Is it difficult to not think about it though?
Not think about it? Not really. I mean, if you are in our seat from competition to competition, we're going to play in 7 days in 3 different competitions. So that drags you from one to another. The urgency to get prepared, to translate the message that you want, to make the right decisions, and to make sure that we arrive into any game in the best possible way, it's enough. And the rest is a consequence of that process and how well we do it, which is still very far.
Last one from me, Mikel. I'm sure you're aware of the plight of your North London rivals, Tottenham Hotspur, just now. I recall speaking to you before the North London derby at the Emirates, when I was painting the picture of the Emirates under the lights, the North London derby, and you said, it doesn't get any better than this. With that in mind, do you actually hope that they stay up and you still have this North London derby next season? I
continue to say the same. It's one of the most beautiful games that we have, because when there is that passion and that rivalry, when it's in the right way in a sport, I think elevates the game and the feelings and the emotions after winning to a different level. And yeah, it's not for me to say what's going to happen, but I can describe certainly how it's been to play against each other.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Mikel. Good afternoon. A question about David Moyes. I read recently an article about the way David recruited you. I think it was the pre-season. You played for Real Sociedad, and you played against Everton, and a few months later he got you into Everton. When you look at David's longevity in the game, how special is it in the very demanding atmosphere of the Premier League?
It's just incredible. I mean, for me, that's why he's one of the greatest English managers or the manager the Premier League has ever had. Because to maintain that level and that consistency in many different contexts and clubs, it's just so difficult to do, and people has to appreciate it, because it's very rare, and I don't know how many times it's going to happen. You need to have, first of all, some very, very strong values, an incredible work ethic, and so much passion for the game, because he's been through great moments, some difficult moments, and the way he's navigated through them is always conducting himself in the same way, and that's a huge credit for him.
You have 8 games to win the Premier League. Who knows, maybe you win it even before. But at this stage of the season, does it even matter the style of play, playing attractive football, or it's all about winning and achieving the target?
He's playing the best football that you possibly can, and the game demands to give you the best possibility to win the game, and that's it. I was watching. I realized what's happening in the Premier League the other day with a really important factor. I was watching the Champions League game between Newcastle and Barcelona. For me, Barcelona are the most exciting team in Europe in many moments, the way they play. And they face one of the Premier League teams, Newcastle, which are exceptional in their intensity on the high press, everything man-to-man, huge amount of duels, really good team in transition. And we saw a completely different game that I've never seen Barcelona play. And that's huge credit to Newcastle, but this is the league that we are playing in. Have you seen the Barcelona of 1,000 passes that every week does it in Spain? No. It was a very different kind of game. Can it be beautiful? Yeah. But Newcastle made that game so well done as well, and huge credit to them the way they did it.
Tom?
Hi Mikel. There's only 6 games in the Premier League this season that have been won by 4 or more goals by any team. Last season it was 24 games were won by 4 or more goals. What do you think that says about the Premier League right now and how competitive it is?
The same example, the Newcastle-Barcelona. This is the reality. And if you don't want to see it, it's because probably we have to change the glasses on the perspective that we see the game, because this is the reality of our league right now.
The gap between the top and the bottom teams, it just seems, is getting closer. Do you think that makes it a better spectacle, or in some ways is it more difficult then for you as a manager wanting to compete?
But much better. That's if you want to be the best league in the world by far, you need to have that and entertaining and is unpredictability. It now becomes boring, and how difficult it is to beat any opponent. And those numbers that you just mentioned, I think it's the best example of that.
And Mikel, on a similar theme, I think a few weeks ago you spoke about how much football's evolved in the past 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that evolution happen in real time, do you think it's more down to, I guess, individual teams or everyone collectively kind of behaving in certain ways on the pitch?
Everybody, and learning from each other. It's like putting information in the best laptop every day and gathering what you do so well. I'm going to try to replicate it, the same. So this is moving so fast. But like in any other sport, I mean, when you go to the best tennis players and the best tournaments, it's like saying, no, the serve, you cannot ace with the serve, it's not allowed. No, it is allowed, and it's a great way to win a championship. And on an NBA said, no, now it's threes, you cannot shoot from threes. No, yeah, everybody's doing it, and everybody's doing better and better because it's more effective. And it will keep evolving. I know here, in every sport, in Formula One, the same thing happens. In marathons, the same thing happens. And if you don't want to see it, I think you're wrong.
This might be a bit of a weird question, but...
But I'm going to ask you anyway.
But I am going to ask it anyway. Would you ever try and, I guess, predict how the sport is going to
Yes.
evolve? And are there any ways